But one of the reasons why it's so important for adults to work on their emotional intelligence is so that they can help their children with their social and emotional learning. Now, one of the competencies of social and emotional intelligence is resilience. And safe to say, our family has had to tap into resilience over the years. And as somebody that lives with attention deficit disorder, I've got to tap into my resilience every single day. For context, back when I was in high school, I was diagnosed with ADD. But admittedly, I didn't think too much of this diagnosis because I was still getting decent grades. I wasn't a disruptive kid, so I just kind of brushed that under the rug. Now, fast forward to my junior year of college, and for the first time in my life, I'm starting to feel all the negative side effects of ADD compiling at once. I was losing focus easily. I had no concentration. My time management was off. I was feeling more impulsive, and as a result, my grades were suffering. I was running late all the time. I was becoming a poor friend. And so at that moment, I realized I had two options. I could continue to avoid addressing this issue, or I could lean into it and I could seek help. And that's what I did. I had to tap into my resilience. So I met with doctors and medical professionals to understand what was happening inside of me. I sat through months worth of classes that were centered around living with ADD. I embraced mindfulness, yoga, meditation, anything that could help me cope. Because I made up my mind at that point in time that I was gonna be so much more than that diagnosis. And since that time in my life, I've gone on to study abroad in Sydney, Australia. I moved across the country to do an internship and live in Washington, D.C. I graduated from college, and at the age of 22, I started this business with my dad. The reason I'm telling you this is, if you are somebody that is going through a struggle, similarly to the way I was, don't hesitate to ask for help. And furthermore, if you know somebody that is going through a struggle, don't hesitate to reach out and give them a helping hand. You see, true resilience isn't just about bouncing back. True resilience is about bouncing forward beyond the point where we just were. I'm a big proponent of knowing what you know and knowing what you don't know. And it was an ego check for me, but at that point in my life, I had to realize that I didn't know how to make it through that tough time. But I'm so glad that I tapped into my resilience back then.